The Crystal Desert is a harsh and unforgiving territory. The winds blow hard, making and unmaking dunes, covering up the present and uncovering the past. However, it wasn't always this way. Long before the Exodus, this area was a large, shallow body of water known as the Crystal Sea. At the heart of the sea, there stands a giant rock island known as the Mesa, which contains the Hall of Ascension. Humans have long sought to pass the challenges, to come closer to godhood. The Marganites were an ancient group of seafaring apostles of the god of secrets, Abaddon. They were some of the first to venture upon this sea, but they were not alone. Priory archives tell tales of great sea battles between the Marganites and the Forgotten, a fierce race of serpentine beasts that serve as guards to the Mesa and stewards to the trials of ascension. After 786 years of humanity and their 6 gods settling on Tyria, they occupy below the Crystal Sea. From their first arrival in Cantha, through the regions of Elona, and onwards past the sea into Or and beyond. However, they have begun civil warring, and Doric, Tyrian king of the human tribes, journeys to the home of the gods in Ara to revoke magic from humans in an attempt to stop the warring. The gods Lissa, Balthazar, Grenth, Melandru, and Duena oblige, but Abaddon, the god of secrets, fights against the others for humanity to retain the magic the gods had gifted them. He is ultimately defeated in a divine battle. The magic from the humans became sealed into 5 bloodstones, and Abaddon was cast out and imprisoned in the realm of torment. With Abaddon's defeat, his influence wanes from the world, and with it, the Crystal Sea. What surfaced in its place was a dry and inhospitable wasteland. The Mesa and the Forgotten, with their sacred duties, remained strong and continued to allure many more to come with their promise of ascension. For hundreds of years since the primeval kings, the Elonians would attempt to conquer this vast desert, but only the chosen would ever be able to succeed in the trials. The sands of the desert are haunted by those spirits who have succumbed to it, and the scattered, bleached bones of past heroes are a reminder to all who would dare to venture there. To the south of the desert grew a kingdom. Bordering the harsh land, this region survived, and even thrived for centuries. But in year 452 after the Exodus, the Scarab Plague consumed the lands and its people, devastating the kingdom and triggering an end to the 650-year dynasty of the primeval kings. What came after was civil war, pretender kings, and lawlessness, known as the Shattered Dynasty. After nearly 2 centuries of turmoil, the independent states of Kurna, Istan, and Vabi joined together to form a new nation of Elona, named for the great Elon River that brings life to the region. This alliance brings with it a much-needed stability for the province. But peace would not last. An undead lich by the name of Palawa Joko seeks to take Elona for himself. By the year 860 AE, he has conquered Vabi with an army of mummies and constructed a palace of bones. Elona joins together to repel the undead, and the Elonan hero Turaiosa defeats Joko in single combat at the Battle of Jahai. The undying lich is then imprisoned, and his foothold over the land diminishes. After centuries of peace, something stirs in the darkness. After long preparation and manipulation within his hellish prison, the fallen god Abaddon makes his move. With revenge on his mind, he seeks to recover his sovereignty. During Abaddon's prison break, Palawa Joko also manages to escape his mountainous tomb. In order to defeat Abaddon, a deal is struck with the Lich Palawa. The heroes of Elona exchange knowledge of the Crystal Desert for a portion of Joko's lost dominion. After a titanic struggle, Abaddon is at last defeated, and his power absorbed by the Sunspear Spear Marshal, Cormyr. Cormyr ascends to take Abaddon's place as the 6th god. She is revered among the people of Elona as the benevolent goddess of truth. Upon escape, Palawa Joko resumes his barrage on the lands of Elona. His new campaign is to divert the life-giving Elon River and siege the region. Vabi soon falls and returns to Joko's control. Kurna and Istan surrender soon after into the crushing fold of his desert empire. Palawa quickly kills or converts the ancient order of Sunspears, who have guarded Alona for over 1,000 years, and shuts down all contact with the rest of the world and any who would challenge his reign. Elsewhere in the Crystal Desert, the dragon Glint, along with the guild Destiny's Edge, seek to defeat her former master, Kralkatorrik, the Crystal Elder Dragon. Waking from his slumber, the Elder Dragon flies south, branding the landscape and the creatures in the wake of his flight. Kralkatorrik carves a swath of corruption before arriving in the desert, set on killing his rebellious champion Glint. The heroes come close to succeeding, but Glint and a member of the guild, Snaff, are slain in battle. Kralkatorrik remains unchallenged. A few years later, in another part of the world, the jungle elder dragon Mordramoth is slain, releasing his magic into the world. Rising from his lair, Kralkatorrik absorbs some of the magic and makes a mysterious migration south to more populated areas of Alona, scarring more of the land. After 1,300 years of exodus, Balthazar, the recently rogue god of fire and warfare, returns to Tyria with intent to absorb a bloodstone, kill an elder dragon, and regain his power, regardless of the fallout. He now has his eyes fixed on Kralkatorrik and the Crystal Desert. With Palawajoko's dominion, Kralkatorrik's overabundance of power, and Balthazar's wrath and lust for destruction, the Crystal Desert will be rent into a theater of war, sundered between a chaotic clash of powers. Crushed between the onslaught of 3 armies, only time will tell if this ancient, rich land will survive, or disappear like grains of sand in the wind.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that awesome video. All the art and the narration were done by my brother, and if you want to pick up that art piece or check out any of his other work, there will be links to that in the description. Also, if you have comments or suggestions, you can drop those down as well. Also, like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Thanks.